Carolyn, are you seeing that it seems to be sort of playing out as this sort of Labour versus the unions thing? Are you concerned that the unions feel that the Labour Party under Keir isn't on their side as it was under Jeremy Corbyn?
They're two very different leaders, and Keir is far more pragmatic than Jeremy ever was and realises that we have to work with the unions, but we've also got to appeal to the public in order to get elected at the next general election when it comes. So Keir's relationship with the unions is fine. I think this whole episode has been blown up to make it look as if it's a unions versus Labour battle, and it's not. This is purely about somebody not toeing the line. When they accept the responsibility of being on the front bench, then you cannot do anything you want to. If Sam's allowed to get away with it, anybody can go on TV and make a policy they're going along, and it's just not acceptable.
I think it's interesting it's happening over this as well, because, as you say, the headline has been more about Keir, but actually these rail strikes have been pretty devastating for people. I mean, I was reading an article earlier on this morning about how they really hit the Commonwealth Games, which obviously kicked off in Birmingham earlier this week to much fanfare, and yet there were people who were unable to get to events they'd booked. What do you make of it, Carolyn? Do you think that the unions are right on this one? Do you think they should be going on strike, or do you think they're going a little bit too far and causing maximum devastation?
I mean, the unions are doing what the unions do. They are sticking up for their workers, and they are fighting for their workers' pay and working conditions, and I respect them and I respect their right to do that. I don't believe anyone on strike actually wants to be out on strike, and they wouldn't be wanting to lose the money, especially under the current climate. So they are doing it because they really feel there is no other option. What we really need to see is the Secretary of State for Transport getting round the table with the unions, with Network Rail, and coming up with the right kind of answer to solve these problems. This accusations of the unions are wrong and the workforce is wrong, that needs to stop. That's not the narrative that's going to solve this problem. We need communication and we need negotiation.